Let me see your ID.
Why?
Let me see your ID.
For what?
Let me see your ID.
For what? I'm asking for
because
what?
you're being a suspicious person right now. Let me see your ID. If you don't give me your ID, if you don't give me your ID, you can go to jail.
Jail for what?
Failure to identify.
Okay. Are we under arrest?
You're being detained right now.
Okay.
For suspicious activity.
3802 says we're only failing to identify if we're already under arrest and we fail to identify at that point. We'll give false information
I have
for
a
a
witness
crime.
who says that y'all been looking in vehicles.
Okay, is that a crime? That's not a crime, looking in vehicles.
Well, when you're being very suspicious about it.
How?
With the flashlight.
You don't know. We could be looking for a dog or a cat. What do you mean?
Inside a vehicle?
Did you see us look in vehicles?
Inside a vehicle.
Did you see us look in the vehicles, ma'am?
A witness did, who I can attach to a report. So you have your ID?
Where's the witness?
She's actually right there.
Huh? Where?
Right here.
Right here? I can't see because of the light.
Okay, what are you doing?
Where do you want me to stand?
Right there.
Where?
What are y'all doing?
Right here where I'm at, or I can't see because of the light.
Why do you have that over your face?
Because of COVID. Why? What's up?
You got your ID on you?
Let
me see your ID.
Why?
Let me see your ID.
For what?
Let me see your ID.
For what? I'm asking for
because
what?
you're being a suspicious person right now. Let me see your ID. If you don't give me your ID, if you don't give me your ID, you can go to jail.
Jail for what?
Failure to identify.
Okay. Are we under arrest?
You're being detained right now.
Okay.
For suspicious activity.
3802 says we're only failing to identify if we're already under arrest and we fail to identify at that point. We'll give false information for a crime.
I have a witness who says that y'all been looking in vehicles.
Okay, is that a crime? That's not a crime, looking in vehicles.
Well, when you're being very suspicious about it.
How?
With the flashlight.
You don't know. We could be looking for a dog or a cat. What do you mean?
Inside a vehicle?
Did you see us look in vehicles?
Inside a vehicle.
Did you see us look in the vehicles, ma'am?
A witness did, who I can attach to a report. So you have your ID?
Where's the witness?
She's actually right there.
You talking about the young lady that was hiding in the car and he like lit her up to see what she was doing because he thought she might be burglarizing the car?
You have your ID.
Is that the person you're talking about?
Do you have your ID, sir?
No.
What is your name?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I will be calling my sergeant. Okay. That way we can go ahead and have charges.
Charges for?
Failure to identify.
Call the sergeant.
To a police officer.
Call the sergeant.
3802 says you only have to identify if you've been lawfully arrested. Am I under arrest for something?
You are not being arrested right now. You're being
detained.
We
can't fail to ID if we're not under arrest.
You can't fail to ID then.
I don't get it.
How long have you been a police officer?
Hey, are we free to leave?
That's why we parked right there. And he was passing by, and he was in there flashing the lights in the car. And I said, "What are you doing?" That's her alongside.
So you got two people sitting in a car, and he lit you up to see what you were doing to make sure you weren't burglarizing the car.
He lit up that white car right there.
Okay.
Do not lie. And he was looking inside of it.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You don't know what I'm doing.
Every single car.
Go ahead and...
I didn't light up anything.
Yeah. And I asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "Shalami hala," is what he said. What does Shalami hala mean?
I'll go get you information. Okay.
So you don't even know what it means, but you think it's a bad thing?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I didn't lie anything. You're the one lying.
Y'all been going to each car.
No.
With the flashlight.
No, that's
okay, what are y'all doing?
Walking down the street.
Okay, why are y'all, where do you live?
Why?
What does it matter? We haven't done anything wrong.
I'm asking a question.
Hey,
chill out.
Hey,
okay, where do you live?
Hey, you don't need to raise your voice like that. Why does it matter where we live?
Where do you live?
Why are you raising your voice like this?
Where do you live?
Why?
Okay.
Call the sergeant.
I am.
Okay. Call the supervisor. You're raising your voice, being very disrespectful. Mark wouldn't appreciate it. Mark would not appreciate it. Mark would not.
Screaming.
You're screaming at us.
Who are you to scream at me? I
That's
pay your salary.
unprofessional.
How am I being disrespectful?
You're screaming in her face. That's very disrespectful.
When did I get inside your face?
Just now.
Sir.
Your body cam shows that.
Because you came to me.
You came to us.
How?
You stopped us.
Okay, a witness just saw you. Several cars.
Several cars?
Several cars.
Uh-huh.
What they said.
So if we put a light on a car, that's criminal activity, yes or no?
It's suspicious activity.
It's criminal activity, yes or no?
Suspicious activity.
But that's not criminal. Thank you. Call the sergeant.
Where are you coming from?
What difference would it make? Seriously, what difference would it make if you knew?
Because Okay, but why are you being so defensive about it? That's not what I'm understanding.
I'm not being defensive.
Yes, sir, you are. You're
Okay.
not giving me no information.
So,
but
not giving you
besides-
information being
okay,
defensive?
You have given me not one thing. I've asked you, what are you doing? Walking
And
down
he
the street.
explained
And
that
then where
to
I
you.
live, how does that have anything to do with what you're doing?
But how do I know that you don't live in this area? How do I know that you're not here to burglarize any kind of vehicles?
Are you accusing me of that?
Have you? Okay, well, I mean, I could because I have a witness who stated that you were shining lights in front of all these cars.
No, he put
you
a
were
flashlight
shining lights?
into the car where those
Okay,
people were
why?
sitting.
Why?
Because it's suspicious. You talk about suspicious
Okay,
activity.
but
Two people
instead of-
sitting in an unlit
okay, but
car.
if you're suspicious, how come you didn't call it in?
You just pulled up. You just did that. We were walking away, and he's like,
Okay, but
everything
you
seemed
could have
fine.
acknowledged her. How come you didn't acknowledge her?
He
You just
did. He
shined
was
your
standing
light.
there talking to her when you pulled up.
Are we still?
I'm saying, how come you didn't acknowledge
Are
her?
we? Are we?
I wasn't talking
Can
to her.
we
I'm
leave?
standing over here. She's
Can-
I'm
talking
waiting
to
for
him.
backup.
Can we not leave?
I'm waiting for backup.
Can we not leave?
Not right now.
Why? So we're being
Not
detained?
right now.
Good
I
God.
already said at the beginning.
Are
you
we
being
detained?
I already said at the beginning.
So I
you
can't
are
leave.
detained.
I cannot leave.
I already said at the beginning you're being detained.
Can I leave?
For what
Not right
crime?
now.
Okay, so we can't leave. I don't
Yeah.
understand why, but so we're being
There's
detained.
no crime.
So it's okay for
Unbelievable.
me to go shine my flashlight on your vehicle?
You do it all
You
the
do it
time.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Sure you do.
Well, you're not in it, so it's okay for me to go up and down these streets and shine my flashlight on all these vehicles.
You're trying
If
to
there's
cop
somebody
point for
sitting
your
in a
camera.
vehicle,
That's-
sure.
that's-
No, I'm
You're
being
trying to-
dead serious. Like, will I? That's not. I wouldn't.
Good evening. Do you guys live down here? I just got here. I don't know.
Walking down a public street, he sees some people sitting in a car. There's no lights on. The engine's running.
Okay.
The back lights keep flashing like somebody's struggling in the car.
Okay.
He puts a flashlight into the car.
Okay.
There's two people sitting in there smoking dope or whatever they're doing down there.
Okay.
We walk on. She
Okay.
pulled up. The lady that's in the car pulls up over here, asked him why he shined the light. He
Right.
said he answered her.
Okay.
And that wasn't good
Okay,
enough.
but
She
you
starts-
didn't. You hold on. You didn't explain that story to me at all.
I've told you this same
No,
story
you
3
did
or 4
not.
different times,
No,
lady.
you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not. Till you
And then
just
you're
started
going to get in his
recording.
face screaming and yelling
Not
at
till
him?
you just started recording
Oh.
is whenever you said the story.
Okay.
I've asked
It's
you,
on
what
your
are
dash.
you doing
It's
on
on
the
your body
street?
camera. It's on your body
I asked
camera.
you, what were you doing on the street? Walking is exactly what you told me.
That's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what I'll tell you right now. What am I doing? I'm walking down this public street.
Did you not give this officer more detail? Did you not give this officer
I
more
told him
detail?
the exact same thing I just
No,
told
you did not.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's on your body camera.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
get
again,
the
you
supervisor to
gentlemen
review it. And,
live in this area,
figure it out.
just because I'm curious.
I'm sorry, what was your
You
question?
gentlemen live in this area.
I'm not going to answer any more questions. She's told me I'm detained. I'm going to do what my lawyer says I should do, and I'm just going to shut up.
Okay, you're not. Okay, listen. You're stopped because someone said that you guys were flashing lights and things. That's the
That's
whole
not a crime.
reason you're here.
It's not a crime.
It is weird to be doing it at 1 a.m. though.
It's not a crime.
She said we're not free to leave, so
Yeah, it's
we,
not a
we,
crime.
we don't. We,
I'm waiting to hear what crime I'm being accused of.
I'm not accusing you of anything.
She did. She's detained me
I mean, you're being suspicious.
because I'm walking down a public street with a flashlight instead of being in the dark, so that I don't get run over by a car.
But if you're not so if you're telling me you're not being suspicious, why won't you explain if you live in the neighborhood or not?
Because it's none of your business. I might have been a little more forthcoming with you if you hadn't gotten in his face screaming. Okay, at this
I
point,
never got in his
Yes,
yes, you did. It's on your body
Okay.
You
camera.
did.
It's on your body camera.
Okay.
So I'm done dealing with you. You're going to detain me. Okay, that's fine. I'll stand here for as long as you want me to stand here, or about 20 minutes, which is all you can detain me for. And then I'm going to go on my merry way and go back to what I was doing, which is taking a nice walk and enjoying the evening.
If it makes y'all feel better, you can pat us down for weapons. We don't have any
I'm not worried
weapons.
about you.
I'm
got
not
weapons.
worried about
Alright.
weapons.
It's not illegal to go armed in Texas.
No, it is not.
But if you want to
I
go ahead,
never came at you thinking you had a weapon.
well,
Never.
you were very aggressive with us. You got in my face, 5 inches from me, screaming, "Give me your ID." It's failure to
I
identify.
asked you for your ID several times.
And you
what-
said it was failure to identify, and you were going to arrest us. That's what you said.
I mean,
Is it? Is that not what you said?
exactly what I said.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, cuff me. Let's go.
What am I going to cuff you for?
Failure to
right now?
identify.
Failure to identify. That's what you said. You said you're going to arrest me for failure to ID. I am not going to give you my name. I'm not going to give you my date of birth. I'm not going to give you anything. Arrest me. Let's go. There's my wrist. Come on, cuff me up. Let's go. 3802 says you only have to identify in the state of Texas you're
Okay.
lawfully arrested, not detained,
Okay.
not a witness. You should know this. Have you not had any training on this at all? How about you?
What?
Are you familiar with Texas 3802?
Yes.
Yeah. What does it say?
Huh?
Did I not just quote it correctly?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not asking for your identity. I'm asking if you live around here because they have people who walk around here breaking into vehicles. That's the sole reason I'm asking.
Well, I'm not going to tell you anything. You have a need to know.
You know,
My attorney has told me not to talk to the police, especially when I'm being detained.
Yeah.
And we're under detainment right now. We don't want to talk about anything.
Okay. And you haven't activated your body camera, have you?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal.
Exactly.
I'll make sure.
Okay. So you said it was which vehicle was it?
She parked there.
Pulled on already? Was that the vehicle that they flashed the light in?
Third vehicle on the left, right down there.
The one that had the lights on a minute ago.
Yeah. Got two females in it, one white, one Hispanic.
Okay. And they were just sitting in the car?
The car was rustling around like they were struggling. The back lights were flashing on and off, so he put the flashlight into the car. Other than that, we're walking down the street. You know, do we have flashlights on? Absolutely. We don't want to get run over. What's
Okay.
the big deal?
Okay.
You know, it's a shame that I have to resort to recording because of the way you're behaving.
How am I behaving?
Well, you're being all nice now, but your body
No.
camera will tell a different story.
Okay.
But of course, Mark Herman's not going to release that. When I go down there and do a public records request, he's going to hide it to protect you, and that's fine. That's that whole blue line gang thing, and I get it, you know. But to act that way is senseless, it's needless, and you are a hazard to other officers. You're a hazard to
Okay.
yourself. You're a hazard to other officers.
Okay.
So,
I mean, if that's how you feel, but
are
at the
we
same time,
are we 20 minutes in yet?
Let's not forget how you were shining your flashlight.
I didn't shine anything on this people. I didn't do it.
You, your friend, it don't matter who, but the flashlights were being
It
shined
does
in
matter
vehicles.
who. So if he goes and
We
robs
have
the
had
bank, you're going to arrest me
burglaries
for it?
in-
It does
we
matter
have
who.
had burglaries in this neighborhood, burglaries of motor vehicle in this neighborhood.
Did somebody
so-
say we broke into a car? That
Okay,
Well, thank God we're out
No,
here
they didn't.
shining lights around to make sure no burglars are around. You should be thanking us.
well, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe the neighborhood association needs to get a different contract deputy out here. I don't know, but I don't know what your deal is. That whole aggressive thing is just.
I was never being aggressive.
Oh, okay. Your
Because
body
I
cam will
asked for
say
an
your body
ID.
cam will tell a different story.
Because I asked for an ID. I asked what y'all were doing here. You didn't start the way you're speaking now is when you started recording as well.
Of course.
Okay, so let's
I don't
not
wanna get
forget how
shot.
you were being before. I'm not. My hand's nowhere near my
I'm just
weapon,
saying I don't want to
sir.
get. I've got a black mask on. You may think I'm a black man.
I have a
don't want
black
to get
mask
shot.
as well.
I'm saying I don't want to get shot. I would
Okay.
never get in your face the way you got in his face.
I
It's
never got in
unsafe.
his face
It
like
is
that.
unsafe.
Okay.
It's unprofessional. I would never do that. And if I did that to you, what would happen to me?
Okay.
You were literally within 12 inches of him.
I was not, but okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Your body cam will
Okay.
show it.
Again, that's fine. My body cam, your cam, either or.
All right. Are we done yet? We
Go
got.
ahead.
We're 12 minutes into this. You got about 8 minutes.
Two citizens, flashlights in hand, were simply walking down a public street when a pair of officers pulled up ready to escalate like it was an episode of Cops Constitution Ignored. The suspicious activity? Flashing a light near some parked cars. There was no damage, just a flashlight. But that was all it took for one officer to start barking for ID and threatening jail over failure to identify. Here's the truth. Texas Penal Code 3802 says you only have to ID if you're under arrest. And being in a hoodie walking at night isn't a crime unless your badge comes with zero legal training and a bruised ego. The cameraman stayed calm and precise, citing the law exactly as written, while the officer struggled to twist a simple flashlight into probable cause. Here are key points to remember. You don't have to provide ID unless you're under lawful arrest. Looking suspicious is not a crime. Stay composed, know your rights, and always keep the camera rolling. Massive respect to the cameraman for standing tall, holding the line, and proving once again that the law beats intimidation every time. Let's keep going. Support the mission by joining my channel, unlocking exclusive perks, and staying part of something bigger. Because without you, there's no CT3.
It's my First Amendment right. Okay, it's my First Amendment right. If you know, it has everything to do with it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
It's not your choice. So what I'm telling you, I've told you this before. You're not free to go, man.
What crime have I committed?
Stay right here.
What crime? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay,
get your hands off me.
You're not listening to anything I'm telling you.
Because you're wrong.
No,
it's my First Amendment right.
This is the same thing I've explained to you on 85. So everything that you take, photographs of the crime scene, videos, is subject to subpoena.
All right, what crime have I committed?
Okay, I'm not
touch
telling
me.
you committed a crime. I'm explaining you're not free to go.
Okay, so you don't have the right to detain me.
Actually, I do. Actually, I do.
I haven't committed a crime.
Yeah, it's not a crime.
It's going to be obstruction.
It's my First Amendment. No,
Investigative
I'm on
detention.
public property. It's my First Amendment right.
Let me see your
I'm not.
ID.
No. Get your supervisor here. Who's your supervisor?
He's right over there.
All right, get your supervisor,
I'm
please.
identifying you.
Okay, no. I want to see your supervisor. I want to talk to your supervisor. I want to talk to your supervisor.
The supervisor is busy, man.
Okay. Well, leave me alone. It's my First Amendment right. We're in the United States of America. I have not broken the law. I'm on public property. I'm not interfering with your crime scene.
Can you stop talking and listen just for a couple of seconds, okay? As this officer is trying to explain, all right? When somebody's taking photographs, stuff like that, it may have to be used in court at a later time, man. That's the only thing. We're not trying to get you in trouble. We're not trying to hem you up. Not upset that you're recording or taking pictures, man. All we want to do is just have you identified. That way, if this goes before a court or whatever, they know that you were out here and know that you may have a picture that's going to help them solve this crime, dude. That's it.
Okay,
That's all it is.
First of all, you have plenty of surveillance and everything of whatever happened. Second of all, if you whatever you need from my footage, my camera, you need a subpoena or a warrant for that.
Right, and that's perfectly fine. That's why we're not trying to
Okay, so you don't need my ID for that. You need to go to the proper authorities, to the judge or the magistrate to go get a warrant.
If you walk away, how are we supposed to know who you are?
Okay, well,
camera or any footage
right now you're not going to violate my Fourth Amendment right of seizing my ID or my identification where I have not committed a crime.
What's your name?
Sir, I do
by
not.
not giving us your name, you're delaying our investigation.
If I have not committed a crime, I don't have to. I'm not required to identify myself right now. No, I'm not required to identify myself right now because I have not committed a crime.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Right here, Officer Maddox, CMPD 6161.
Okay. Because I don't appreciate you touching me.
Well, I've told you several times to
I'm not executing my First Amendment right.
Investigative detention has nothing to do with that. So all I'm explaining to you is, you already reiterated, I just need your information. First name, last name, date of birth. Point of contact, that's it.
I don't need to give you any of that.
When this goes to the district attorney's office,
you don't need any of this. I'm a near bystander. You don't need any of my footage. You have everything. You have everything I have.
Explain it to you. Okay, when you're taking photographs of the whole crime scene, they're going to.
You don't need to know who I am. Nobody here. I don't have anything. I wasn't here when the crime occurred.
I'm not trying to take you downtown.
Okay, the guy was in the stretcher before I got here, already loaded up in the ambulance. Just nothing here, nothing that I have of the crime. I was not here when the crime was committed.
That's awesome. So all I do
So you don't need my footage.
No. So what I do is I type in the narrative so the district attorneys know.
You don't need mine. I don't need to. All these people here filming, and you try to point me out, try to single me out. I have not committed a crime. I was outside of the crime scene on public property.
That's fine.
I'm on a public sidewalk right now.
All right. So we can see his face. We know. We'll figure it out.
I'm out of here, man. And I'm gonna write you up too.
All right. Have a great night.
When a police officer unlawfully detains a person for filming their crime scene, it constitutes a serious violation of their constitutional rights. The right to film public officials performing their duties is crucial for maintaining checks and balances within the criminal justice system. When police officers tell an individual that they need to identify themselves because they're filming a crime scene, they are overstepping their legal authority. Citizens are not required to provide identification simply for recording public events, including crime scenes. This demand is particularly egregious when it lacks a lawful basis, as it constitutes an unlawful detention and a breach of the individual's Fourth Amendment rights. Also, law enforcement officers cannot compel individuals to provide their footage without proper legal procedures. If police genuinely need the footage for an investigation, they must obtain a warrant. This legal safeguard ensures that citizens' rights are protected against unreasonable searches and seizures. In addition, the demand for identification without such justification is an abuse of power and undermines the principles of due process.
The cops' actions in this scenario can be seen as an intimidation tactic designed to discourage citizens from exercising their right to record. By unlawfully detaining individuals and demanding identification, law enforcement aims to create a climate of fear and compliance, discouraging public oversight. So much respect for this individual for standing up to this tyranny and not allowing these cops to violate his constitutional rights. Let's continue.
I can't record?
You can't record into the courthouse. That's what all the signage says.
What signage? Show me where it says I can't record through a glass window.
You can't record inside to the courthouse.
So you build a $283 million courthouse with glass in the front, and we can't record the notices on the front of the window because there's glass.
You can record the notices, but you weren't recording the notices when you were all the way up, recording straight through where there's no notices.
So now you're going to talk about how I'm recording.
Okay.
Look.
We do this all the time.
Okay.
Can you not record? The people coming into the courthouse have the right to privacy, especially domestic
violence. No, they don't. Not if they're walking in public.
But once they're inside, they don't need...
That's fine. Okay. I can record everybody coming in and out of the courthouse. And
not into the courthouse?
What does that mean? I can't record through glass windows. Is that what you're telling me?
We just have the number for judicial administration, so you can go ahead and call there.
Okay.
That's the only phone number that we have.
So I'm recording the notices because everyone's really confused about the hours and everything else, and you communicate directly with the attorneys, but not all the pro pers. So he just told me why I was recording these notices that I could not record through the glass. You want to tell me where there's an order anywhere on here that says I cannot record through the glass of the courthouse?
I don't know. If you want to record all these orders, that's fine with me.
If I want to record through the glass, is that fine with you?
That's something you'll have to take up with county council. No clue.
So county council is in charge of whether I can record through the glass?
Or the presiding judge. You'll have to take it up with them.
Okay, and your name and badge number?
Deputy Craig, 1869.
Thanks.
I wonder how many more decades will it be before everyone in the United States is 100% comfortable with cameras. In my opinion, it will be when Generation Alpha become adults. Generation Alpha is the Americans born between 2011 through 2025. Cameras will be second nature to them because they grow up with tablets and all sorts of technology that involve cameras. Unfortunately, we'll have to deal with uneducated cops like the big man here telling people to stop recording things that's clearly in public. But let's continue.
Why do you have your hand on your gun?
Because it's comfortable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, it's Randall 14577. So the reason why I'm calling is because people are calling up here saying you've been parked here for a little bit, so that's why I came and talked to you.
And?
What's going on? Do you live here?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, you're also on probation. So
on probation?
You are, yes ma'am.
Oh, so how do you know that?
Because we have your plate in our system, because somebody gave us your plate and I ran you.
Okay, so?
Okay, so I'm here to ask you what you're doing and why you're disturbing our neighbors.
I don't answer questions and I'm not disturbing anybody.
Okay, so you're also smoking weed inside your vehicle.
That's what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I can smell it. I know what the smell of burnt marijuana smells like.
Oh, well. That's not even...
And there's smoke coming out of the vehicle right now. I can see
That's not marijuana.
Okay, what is it?
It's sage.
Okay. Well, it's not what sage smells like, because I have sage at my house as well.
Okay.
So, do you live here in the area, or do you live in your car?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. So, as of right now, I can't do anything, but if we get another call back out here, we'll have to figure something else out, okay?
Yeah, like maybe a crime.
Huh?
Like maybe you figure out a crime. You're dismissed.
Well, I can still stand here all I want.
No, you can't.
I can because I was called here.
Get your arm off my car.
So,
stop touching my property and turn that flashlight off.
Maybe?
Turn the flashlight off. Get off my car. And,
I'm not on your car, actually.
And get lost. I'm not breaking any laws.
So, next time we come back out here, because you're on probation, we'll end up searching your car, okay? You have a good day.
Kick rocks, jackass.
This cop harassing Katie, who is simply sitting in her car, not bothering anyone, violates the principles of our Constitution that law enforcement officers are supposed to uphold. When police officers engage in this kind of behavior, they intend to instill fear and intimidation into individuals. The evidence that's in the thousands of clips on the internet proves that law enforcement agencies must train and encourage their officers to engage in harassment of individuals, regardless if a crime has been committed. The officer's decision to run Katie's tags and use her probation status as a pretext for the stop is deeply problematic. Probation status should not be a justification for unwarranted police scrutiny. People on probation are still entitled to their rights and should not be subject to arbitrary stops and searches without legitimate cause. Individuals who are aware of their legal protections, like Ms. Kidman, is better equipped to assert them and challenge unlawful actions by law enforcement. Let's continue.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Can I help you?
Can I help you?
Yeah, this is unauthorized back here for anybody.
Since when? I'm not in a vehicle.
Yeah.
It says police vehicles only.
Yeah, it's police property, so...
It's public property if it's police property. Can I have your name, sir? Can I have your name?
You're welcome to be on the property, but you have to be up front, okay?
Why?
Because you can't trespass on police property.
Can you identify yourself?
Yes, I'm
You're getting too
Detective
close to me. You make me uncomfortable.
I'm Detective Goodwin with the Cal Police Department.
Uh-huh.
You just go out front. I'm not saying you have to leave.
Are these doors for only officers?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you guys have a no trespassing sign?
Did you need anything from...
I actually did.
What do you need?
But now I don't want to discuss it with you. I'm going to tell you that right now because you've been aggressive with me and you keep getting closer to me and you're making me uncomfortable.
All right, that's right. That's right. I'll talk to her. She's just here at home. What can I do for you, miss?
What's your name, sir?
I'm Detective Paul with the Cal Police.
Do you understand that you guys can't say, like, trespass me or arrest me for trespassing if there's no sign?
We're not here to arrest you for
But
trespassing.
from what he was saying, do you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
I'm allowed to be back here because it doesn't say authorized personnel only. That would be something different. That would be different, right? It doesn't say that. Both of them up there say the same thing as that, minus the do not enter. They say police vehicles only. And I did not come here in a vehicle.
Okay, so
does that make sense?
From the DeKalb Police Department?
I do, but I don't feel comfortable discussing it around.
Okay, he'll go that way. Did you need something from the DeKalb Police Department, miss?
Yes, but I'd rather go and do it. I was getting some shots from back here, checking out our publicly funded vehicles that you guys drive, right?
Okay.
Before I went in.
Okay.
That's all.
That's all right. Like I said, did you need anything before you go in? Is there anything that we can help you with?
No, I'm good. I just want him to be educated, and I'm guessing you understand that unless there's like a no trespassing sign or authorized person only thing, then I am allowed to be back here. And if you guys don't want people back here, you have to update your signage to make that a lawful demand.
Let me see if there's a sign that says that.
Well, I'll wait for you to walk up there. I'm not going to walk beyond the point. I know how that goes, but you go check it out. It's your PD, man. Bye. But you'll see yourself.
Can I walk to the front door so you can make contact with the desk?
Oh, I don't like police escorts. I do appreciate how cordial you've been, though. But you guys definitely do got to get the right signage if you don't want us back here. Bye. He hates me. Well, apparently the Wendy video is going to have to go because Detective, whatever his name is here. What was your last name again, sir? Goodwin? Yep. I knew I had it. I couldn't recall, though. Why are you getting out now? Oh, is he coming?
No.
He doesn't need to come. They trained you well enough to know this. You're a detective.
Yep. I just come out to videotape you too.
Oh, is that on? It should be on. I'm glad you guys have the cameras before you have to, you know?
Yeah, so you're right. It says that police vehicles only.
Mm-hmm.
But gonna check with my supervisor. I'm pretty sure we can't just allow unauthorized personnel back here regardless of signage. You know what I mean?
Well, but then that would violate my rights. Do you understand that I'm allowed to be anywhere as long as it's, you know, you guys don't have that it has to be an authorized person. Does that make sense?
Okay.
That's like saying I can't go in the lobby because maybe, you know, maybe
Do you understand the statute for trespassing? Do you know what it says?
Oh,
Can you
well,
tell me-
I
can you repeat it to
absolutely...
me?
No, I don't need to. Do you need to repeat it to me?
Oh yeah, it says that you can't enter or remain after being given a verbal or written notice.
But you
to be
can't, but
somewhere.
you'd be violating my rights. If you cannot use the fact that I'm back here doing something that's lawful, that I'm constitutionally allowed to do, protected by the Constitution, and use that as a reason to trespass me. That's, you know, you're going to have to look into that yourself, I guess.
You know, and I understand that, but obviously for the safety of the people that work here, the fact that you seem to be back here aimlessly wandering around.
What do you mean? I had just gotten back here when you guys rolled up on me. You guys started distracting me from what I was actually doing, which was checking out our publicly funded police cars.
What's your name, hon?
I don't need to give you my name, sir. Come on. Are you kidding? What's your name again?
It's a bait. Of course.
It's a bait? What is it? It's a bait. I was walking back here and it's a bait. Goodwin. You don't even know your freaking laws here. Oh, you better not. Oh, that's a public record. Are you turning on me too?
No, I'm making a phone call.
Oh, great. Do you see Goodwin, though? If you didn't approach me the way you did, and if you... Listen. You kind of... No. Are you going to let me speak? No. Oh, no? Then get away from me. Why are you out here wasting tax dollars? You guys need to get the proper signage. I've been through this time and time again. You know, if you are worried about that, which luckily for you, I'm here with no bad intent and wanting to hurt you, but you guys need to listen to me. You need to listen to me. You need to treat people with respect and dignity. You saw what just happened to that chick in Chicago, didn't you? All right, and that's exactly part of the reason why, because it...
I was trying to help you out.
I said no. And then you kept going. Then you told me I couldn't be back here when I could. You know, but I totally get it. If you guys don't want people back here, you just got to put the proper signage. You know, and nobody's asked me to leave. Do you understand that? But I don't like when I'm just a regular citizen sitting here trying to talk to you and then you get up close to me, because what's that do to you? You get uncomfortable when somebody gets all up on you, right? I want you to understand, though, guys, that this is not beating.
You have a good rest of your day, okay?
Bye. You failed your First Amendment audit. I actually show wonderful officers all the time. And, sir, I can't wait to get that public record of my face. Do you see the way I was treated by these officers? Treated terribly.
What is it that they're trying to hide? Oh, I almost forgot. It's an officer safety issue. Well, like Accountability Angel said, cops need to treat people with respect and dignity because they're bringing the hate on themselves by treating the public like criminals. The United States is the richest country in the world, and I'm a proud American. However, law enforcement is taking the free out of freedom. The sad thing is, I'm sure that they put up no trespassing signs and authorized personnel only signs to prevent the people who fund their department from checking on it. Also, this clip shows that there is no such thing as a good cop. The cop with the hair tried to play the good cop role, but of course his true colors came out by shoving his body cam in the citizen's face. Oh, and if the bald cop thought Accountability Angel was baiting him, then guess what? You are smart as a fish for biting the bait. Let's continue.
Okay, so I wasn't being rude. I just want a refund. And state clearly in their policy, which I just looked up, they have to refund it. Okay, or exchange it. And I have the original receipt. I have everything. So now she's saying I'm being rude because I want a refund. And she don't like that.
So what I recommend then is you can contact the corporate headquarters.
Yeah, and I plan to.
And explain your situation
Mhm.
for remedy.
Mhm.
At this time, I'm going to ask you to leave because that's what she's asking.
Okay.
And again, whether you are eligible for the refund or not, I cannot make her do anything behind that register or
Okay.
behind the counter. I can't
Okay,
do that.
that's fine. Okay.
So,
But you can't make me leave.
well, I'm recommending you do leave.
Okay. Okay.
Because
That's
if,
fine.
If she wants to sign complaint,
Don't worry, it's gonna get to their corporate. It's gonna get to their corporate, and they're gonna fire her. And she could just refund me my money, and I'll be on my way. But no, she wants to get fired for not doing her job. That's just stupid.
well, that's on her, and that's for her to deal with.
Okay, that's fine. You're smirking over there, but believe me, you're smirking, but it's gonna get up there.
All right,
No problem. I have my receipt, and I will contact corporate since you don't want to refund my money. How you doing, officer? Name and badge number, sir?
My badge number?
Name and badge number. Yes, please.
It's 235.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get a refund.
Okay.
And she's refusing her to do her job. That's all.
Okay.
So she decided to call the police.
Recommend to the corporate headquarters for
Okay.
resolution. There's no resolution right now here, so. But I'm sure they'll help you.
All right. Yeah, I'm ranking 235. Just so I can say who I spoke to also. What's your name?
Good citizen.
No, it don't work like that.
No, it does work like
No,
that.
it doesn't.
I haven't broken any laws.
You don't have to break the law.
Laws.
You don't have to break the law.
No, I do.
No, you don't
yes,
have to
I
break the law
do.
for me to
Yes,
say
I
your
do.
name.
I don't have to identify. I'm sorry.
Hey.
So we could escalate it if you like.
We can
call
do
your
that if you
supervisor.
wanna do that.
Call your supervisor.
If you wanna do that.
Call your
I can
call
take
your
you to my
supervisor. No, you can
supervisor.
call your
Hands up.
supervisor
I can
here.
take you to my
I'm
supervisor.
requesting you
And-
call your
Well,
supervisor.
call him. You gotta
No,
call
you
him.
call your
call.
supervisor. I'm
I'm
leaving.
gonna take you
She
with
asked me to
me.
leave, so I'm leaving.
But he's asking you for.
I don't need to identify. I haven't broken any
You
laws.
don't have to break a law.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. I'm sorry.
Yes, you do. You have to break a law.
No.
I have to be under arrest for a crime.
no.
You're investigating what? What are you investigating?
Here.
What are you investigating?
I'm gonna let you sue.
I can easily give you my name,
Well, give it to
but
me.
I don't want to.
Okay. Then what I do is I fingerprint you.
Go for it.
And
Go for it. Go
find out
take.
that
Do
way.
what you got to do.
All right.
I'm
If that's-
asking you for a supervisor. Plain and simple.
You can call the supervisor.
I'm not calling
Here,
anybody.
Sir.
I haven't broken any laws.
Listen. It doesn't make a difference.
It does make a difference. This is America, man. This is not Germany. This is
Are
America.
you refusing to give me your name?
Have I broken a law? Am I being detained? Am I being detained? For what crime? Officer, what crime?
Well, we came here for complaint.
Okay.
Okay, in reference.
For what crime?
What you had going on with this young lady.
For what crime? Okay.
You want to press charges for criminal trespass? Oh, did you ask him to leave? He's leaving?
Okay.
Here. So I can say who I talked to and how I just spoke.
Good citizen.
and handled
Good
this call.
citizen. Good citizen.
Okay. No, I need to find out. your
Okay.
name.
Go for it. Find out.
And if you
And
don't
do
want-
what you need to do to find out. On Father's Day. Go for it.
Make it
Because I will make you a star too. And you already know who I am.
I do not know who you are.
Yeah, you guys both know who I am.
I do not know who you
Okay.
are, but I asked you your name.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And if you knew who I was, why'd you ask me for my name?
I want to be clear. Who's here? You're a public servant, both yous. You came to investigate what? You came to investigate somebody trying to return a broken part, and she's refusing to give me a refund. She's asking me to leave. You told me you have to leave. I said no problem. I'm leaving. What is the problem? You just have to have ID. You have to. It's like crack, huh? To you people? Yeah, it's crack. You have to have it. You have to identify everybody you come in contact with. That's not true.
In this situation, I need to find out who I'm speaking to now. So I can handle
Good
this call.
citizen.
And if I can take you in. I have every
Go
right.
for it. Go for it. And I'll file a lawsuit.
Okay. I'm gonna give
No,
that-
you don't care
I'm gonna
because
give you that
it's not coming out of your
opportunity.
pocket.
I'm
But
gonna
I'm
give you that opportunity. to find
3802.
out. I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, you need to because it's the law and you need to uphold the law.
I am.
No, you clearly don't know the
I'm
law.
gonna ask you one more time.
A person can only be identified if under arrest or under investigation for a crime that has been committed. There is no disturbance. There's no disturbance. You came to investigate. She asked me to leave. She asked me to leave. I said, no problem. She told me what I can do. I can reach out to corporate, and that's what I plan on doing. But no, you walk in here after her. We spoke, okay? No, you showed up first, so I was dealing with you. Okay, so go for it. What do you want to do?
Let's remedy this.
Let's remedy it. What do you want to do?
Your name.
I'm not giving my name.
Well, you kind of have to.
No, I don't have to.
Okay.
So I'm being arrested by this officer.
When a police officer arrives at a scene and unnecessarily escalates a situation that was already under control, it undermines effective law enforcement. Such actions not only disrupt the resolution process, but also reflect poorly on police professionalism. The right of individuals to refuse to show identification when no crime has been committed is a fundamental aspect of their constitutional protections. Unless an individual is lawfully detained or suspected of a crime, they are not required to present identification to police officers. In this case, where the situation was resolved and the individual was leaving, the demand for ID was not legally justified. Demanding ID and subsequently arresting an individual for non-compliance is an overreach of police authority and an abuse of power. Citizens expect police officers to act professionally and within the bounds of the law, and actions that deviate from these expectations can lead to widespread distrust and resentment toward the police force. Individuals who are wrongfully arrested for not providing identification when they are not legally required to have several legal recourses. They can file a complaint with the police department's internal affairs, or they can seek legal action by filing a lawsuit against the officers involved and the police department for false arrest, unlawful detention, and violation of their constitutional rights. These legal actions can result in compensation for damages and, more importantly, hold the officers accountable for their misconduct.
Roll the window down a little bit so we can talk to you.
You're talking to me just fine.
I can barely hear you.
That's a personal issue, I guess.
Okay, do you have your driver's license?
I do.
Can you hand it to me?
No. What crime have I committed?
Well, you're being non-compliant right now.
Yeah, 'cause I haven't committed a crime.
I'm just here to talk to you.
Okay, so let's talk.
So
I'm gonna film you. I'm gonna film you for my safety. Huh?
I'm asking you to ID yourself. You're sitting behind the wheel of a vehicle.
That's
You're in control of a motor vehicle.
That's off.
So I'm asking for your driver's license.
And I haven't committed a crime, so I'm declining that.
All right, go ahead and make it harder on yourself.
Okay. Like, I haven't even done shit. They just barely got up here.
And what's the issue, man? Why are you being so uncompliant?
'Cause I never had a good experience with cops. I've always been like fucking racially profiled or some type of, like right now. First thing that whatever fucking dipshit said, his eyes are glossy. I haven't smoked in God knows how long 'cause I'm fucking trying to get a job right now. Like I'm literally staying sober so that I can have a better chance of getting a job.
Okay, so roll down the window and
And homie just comes up and says, "Oh, he's smoking weed." Like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Nah, I haven't even done shit.
window and talk to me.
I'm talking to you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So roll down the window, talk to me. We can have a real conversation.
We're having one right now, aren't we?
No, not really.
Okay, well,
Trying to dock through a window, a closed door, and a tinted out window.
it's pretty open. We can hear each other, so that's all that really matters. You can see my hands and I ain't doing nothing. I haven't committed a crime. Y'all haven't like, I don't know. I don't know why 3 of y'all pulled up on me when I haven't done anything. I was really about to get out of my car and just go on a little hike. 'Cause I'm like, clear my mind. I literally have my book right there too. I was going to read my book while hammocking and shit.
Okay. You can still go on a hike. Go read your book.
So what do you guys want?
We just patrol the canyon areas and we stop out and talk to people.
Alright. Well, we're talking.
So, that's all.
Alright. I'm not like...
But you're acting so completely opposite of what the average normal person we deal with. It raises suspicion.
I ain't the average person.
So, you got a criminal history?
No. I do not.
Because you're acting like it.
Well, I don't.
Okay, so if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have anything to fear, then why are you acting so non-compliant?
'Cause I don't fuck with 12.
Because what?
I don't like police. For reasons like this, you feel?
Is your name Patricio?
It is. Patricio, yeah.
Patricio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how old are you, Patricio?
I don't gotta answer questions.
You in like your 20s?
I'm getting there.
Huh?
Getting there.
Getting there?
Yeah.
You 18?
Y'all got my name, right? You can search it up. I'm sure of it. got my plates, like,
Huh?
you got my plates.
Yeah.
You got my name. I'm sure you could search it up in your guys' system.
Not really, because the reception up here is horrible.
Well, yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun, dude.
All right, you guys have a good one. Oh my God.
When police officers view the assertion of rights as suspicious behavior, it's fundamentally flawed and harmful. Stopping individuals without reasonable suspicion not only violates constitutional protections, but is an indication of police wrongdoing. When police officers engage in random stops and ID checks without reasonable cause, it can have counterproductive effects. Instead of helping a situation, it creates an adversarial encounter which further widens the relationship between the police and the public. People may begin to feel targeted and unjustly treated, which can escalate tensions and lead to more negative interactions. The right to refuse unwarranted identification checks is a legal safeguard, not an indication of suspicious behavior. This is a misconception by law enforcement officers that can lead to unjustified detentions and violations of civil liberties. So do like this young man and learn your rights.
Hey, can you tell me what happened? I said, can you tell me what happened?
An auto accident?
Was it a vehicle versus pedestrian?
I don't know. Well, what's this for?
I record the police.
Okay.
I was just wondering if that
It was an auto accident.
versus the pedestrian. Are they okay? Are they gonna make it?
I couldn't release that information to you if I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
It's HIPAA, Healthcare Privacy
You don't
Act.
fall under HIPAA. You're not a medical. No.
They have privacy rights, okay? So I can't.
Yeah, but
release
you're not a
their
medical
injury and their history.
Okay, stop. Okay, it's fine. That's not. It doesn't apply to you.
No.
It applies to doctors treating patients. You're not a doctor.
But they also have confidentiality rights that I can't reach. So even if I did have their condition, I couldn't release it to you.
You don't fall under HIPAA, by the way.
But
Just
they
so
do.
we're clear.
They do.
No, you're not a doctor. If a doctor gave me that information, that would be a violation.
I understand that.
All I did was ask
I can't give out information.
Okay, but don't give
on
out
someone's medical history.
I
or
didn't
condition,
ask about
even if I know it.
history at all.
Well, you asked if they were going to make it, and I can't tell you that.
Well, I just
That's
wondering if it's a really
medical question.
If the most of that damage is just from hitting that pole, or if that's because somebody was really critically hurt. You can't. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine, but don't claim to be under HIPAA.
I don't know. Well, I couldn't release that information if I had it.
Okay. It's kind of a common question, but if you want to... Okay, what's your name? Oh, I think I've seen you before.
Hi.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name? Wait, what?
Sergeant Duel. What is yours?
Sergeant Duel?
Yes.
I'm Laura Shark.
Huh?
I'm Laura Shark.
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
I just got here.
Okay.
You've been here longer than I have. That's why I asked.
Haven't been here long, though. Sergeant Duel is kind of a tool. In San Pedro.
Probably.
I recorded, I think you were responding to, I don't remember what the call was, but
I don't have the information on her.
That's fine. I just want to make sure we're clear, you don't fall under HIPAA, so that's not a credible response. You're not a doctor.
I understand that, but we still have to guide by policy, privacy issues. With patient privacy, we can't release, medical...
I didn't ask what their name was, did I?
No,
There's
you asked
no
for
way of
medical
me knowing the actual person that we're talking about. I just asked basically a general question. It's okay. If you don't want to answer me, that's fine, but you don't need to, bullshit me. Come on.
So Laura was doing her job as an independent journalist and asked the cop a question. Unfortunately, after Laura disclosed she filmed cops, the officer immediately got an attitude, shrugs his shoulders, and give a very cold answer, which to me proves the disdain cops have for citizens who film them. It's obvious cops across the nation have had some sort of HIPAA training because they always bring it up. But what's even more obvious is that they were trained incorrectly because HIPAA can only be violated by healthcare providers. For those who don't know, HIPAA stands for Health, Insurance, Portability, and Accountability Act. It's a federal law of 1996 that required the creation of national standards to protect sensitive patient health information from being disclosed without the patient's consent or knowledge. So if someone tries to say you're violating the HIPAA law, let them know that you're not a doctor or a nurse and only a healthcare provider can violate HIPAA.
What's your name and badge number?
Keenan, 3210.
Keenan, 3210.
Do you have a driver's ID?
Why do I have to give it to you?
I'm asking.
Hey. Let me just call her.
Do you have an ID on you, yes or no?
No, I don't.
Okay. Might have you step out.
You're not allowed to open this door either. Yeah, we're reaching to this car. Get off my shoulder.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to reach into this car.
Don't.
That's a shit. I'm not with you, and there's no reason for you to curse at me.
Listen, I asked for your ID. Do you
And
have
I
ID
said
on
I
you?
don't have ID, and I'm not giving you any, even if I did.
Huh?
I said I'm not giving it to you, even if I did. You have no reason to stop me. I'm a passenger in a car.
You don't have your seatbelt on.
I don't have my seatbelt on because I took it off when you pulled this over. How you gonna
Look,
tell
there's
me?
no tint in this car. I can
There's
see.
no tent. That means I can't do this. I have to go up. You pulling this over. I'm wondering why. We in here talking about Jesus.
Okay. So
You
you're making
flash behind
things
him.
extremely difficult.
I'm not making things extremely difficult.
are.
I'm making things extremely
have
constitutional.
an ID, yes or no?
That's what I'm making.
What are you talking about constitutional?
I'm making it constitutional.
You're in a vehicle that was
I'm in a
legally
vehicle
stopped.
that was legally
Okay.
stopped. And
So,
you're trying to say just
right
because
off
you
the
didn't see me
bat-
with a seatbelt on.
Right off the bat, that's enough to get you ID.
No, that's not enough to get me because I'm not driving the car.
It is.
No, it is
So,
not.
do you have
Go
ID
give me a
on
supervisor,
you?
please. Give me a supervisor, please.
No, we're not getting you a
Yes,
supervisor
we're getting
until we're
so you're
safe.
not asking me.
So,
I asked 3 times already.
Yeah. So if it
Can I have a supervisor?
I'll make sure it's safe for my supervisor.
Okay, why are you not? Well, so
we're
what? That's
doing
not
it.
the, who I am is
All
not
right.
making anything
Do you have
safe.
any ID on you? Yes or no?
Why?
Because I'm asking you.
No, I do not.
No.
Nope, I don't.
All right. Do me a favor. Step out of the car.
Why am I stepping out of the car?
Because I'm asking you to step out of the car. Any
It's
weapons?
plastic. You want to give him whatever you get?
Step out of the car. Put your hands up here. You have any weapons on you? Anything that can hurt me?
I got a pocket full of nails, a measuring tape, a pencil.
Any weapons? Anything that could hurt me? You
A
have
nail
knife
possibly
on?
could hurt you.
What's
Maybe,
that?
I'm not sure.
Huh?
Do I still have a knife on me?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I may have in my apron.
I asked you several times. You don't want
And
to
what
help
did I
me
say? The first time, you didn't ask me several.
out. Huh?
You done yet? I haven't done anything illegal at all. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Keep your hands up here for me, right?
Oh no, I'll make sure. I'm gonna make sure I'm recording all this.
You can record. That's fine.
Well, I ain't gonna go in my pocket. I'm gonna put them on my head. But so this is the bullshit you go through. We wasn't doing nothing. Trying to tell me I didn't have my seatbelt on, which I did. So I should have videotaped that instead of the conversation that we were having prior to them pulling us up. Please do not give them my name.
Sir, I don't know why you're making this difficult.
Please do not give them my name because my name is not going to no database just because y'all decide to pull somebody over for something. I know how that works very well. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving you anything. I didn't do anything, so I'm not giving you anything.
All right, let me help you out. You can. It's up to you. You can keep that on, or but I wanted to talk to you. I'm going to give you the opportunity
Opportunity to what?
to
violate my rights?
No. Are you going to keep that on?
Yeah, you damn right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, then I'm going to explain to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a fingerprint scanner brought.
And I'm not going to give you my fingerprints either.
Okay, so listen to me. So when I bring that here, if you come back with something stupid, like a probation warrant, a traffic warrant,
You won't have none of those either.
then
Won't
I'm
have
going
any.
to have to take you in for that.
Okay, and you won't find
You
any
would
of
just
those.
give me your name. and
I'm
your
not giving you anything. You're violating my rights as we speak.
Okay.
You're violating my rights. Matter of fact,
Well, then maybe you should get
I
a
plead the
lawyer
fifth.
and you
No, I
can
don't
get
have to.
some,
I plead the fifth.
money out of it if
I
I'm
plead the fifth.
violating
You know what? Absolutely. What's your last name again? Miller?
4482.
4482.
Yeah.
And I'm from what's the other name?
So, Mr. Dennis,
3210.
Mr. Dennis, you have. Would you like to provide your name and date of birth for me? Because I don't want to have to take you down to the station. If you're not going to give me your fingerprint either, I'm going to have to
this is going to be a long process.
A long, arduous process.
You're a block away from being where you need to go. So it doesn't really make much sense to me. But if that's the way you want to go, I have no problem taking you to get your ID.
I told you I want to see a supervisor. I've said that several times. I said,
get your ID.
So what? I'm not armed.
Okay,
and both of y'all here with guns and tasers, right?
I don't know who you
and
are.
batons and whatever. So you don't know, what does that have to do with it? Then you shouldn't be worrying about nobody's safety. What? Someone turn up on a terrorist watch list or something? I got a tape measure on an apron from Home Depot.
Right.
With nails in it.
So nobody here.
So apparently I'm doing work.
Right.
So does that make me armed? You just frisked me.
You're right.
So, unless I'm going to beat you with the belt I got on and whatnot, I'm pretty much nothing.
Are
I'm
you
not
in
doing
handcuffs?
Anything. No, I shouldn't be anyway.
Okay. So what do you...
Am I detained? Am I being detained? Then I don't have nothing else to say.
So you're not...
I don't have nothing else to say. I plead the fifth.
So you're going to make me take you all the way to 55th?
If you need to do that and whatnot, I'm going to sue you. I guarantee you that I'm going to sue you.
All right. Well,
and I'm going to make sure I personally attach my ass to your pension for the rest of your life. I'm going to make sure I sue you personally.
Okay. Well, you and my baby's mother can do that as well.
I ain't got nothing to do with your baby mom. I'm just talking about what's going on right here. You're not going to sit up here and violate my rights. You're not. I haven't done anything. I'm a passenger in the car just because you think you didn't see my seatbelt on and you didn't see me take it off, which I don't understand how you seen it might have been on anyway. It's damn the same color as this damn hoodie. So I don't understand what's the whole point of you pulling me and asking me for ID. You're not even allowed to do that. Ask me for ID. You're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're absolutely not. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm a passenger. You pull him over. I'm sitting on this side. I didn't do anything wrong. So if he made a traffic infraction or if this car came up some kind of way messed up, which I'm sure it didn't because he's still in there, and he showed you all necessary paperwork that's accompanied with this car, including his driver's license. Yeah, I know he did. So with that in mind, so he's free and clear. What does this traffic stop have to do with me now? Or do I fit the description of somebody?
Now you're just making things.
No, I'm not making this shit up. I'm dealing with the cops. I know the whole cop. So you know what I mean? Like really, this is no surprise to me. I actually was expecting her. Well, I was wondering why he rolled down my window to begin with, but I was as soon as I seen you walk over here, hey, how you doing? You want to look in the car, see if you can get some plain shit just to have a reason to want to search the car. I'm well versed in this. That's why I'm like, if you want to fuck with me about it, that's fine. I don't want to go to jail tonight. I don't feel like going to no precinct. But you're not going to sit up here and just start chastising me or sit there and try to cost me for sitting down in mind of my business with a phone in my hand. You're not going to do that. Oh, yeah, and I said no. I'm not going to provide you with any identification whatsoever. There's no reason. What reasonable, articulate suspicion do you have that I have committed a crime?
I have a question. How far did you go?
No. That's all I'm asking. What reasonable, articulable suspicion do you have of me committing a crime?
Do you have any kind of
I'm not answering no
hearing
questions.
impairments or anything
What,
like that?
what do you have one?
Mental
I asked
health?
you a question.
Do you have any
I asked you a
mental
question.
health,
What reason? What is your RAS?
What is mine, huh?
RAS, reasonable, articulable suspicion. That I've committed a crime. That's what get me the ID. What is that? 4802.
Your seatbelt.
3802. I did have my seatbelt on. You did not see it.
Did not see it.
You did not see it.
So why wouldn't you?
So even if that's the case, let's say because I pulled it off because I drove up. In case I have to get out of his way, in case he needs something out of that car, I'm on this side. I'm doing my job as a passenger. Now, are you gonna get me a supervisor or what? I need a supervisor. I need a supervisor.
Pulling a passenger out of a car based on a false claim and demanding identification highlights the systemic tactics in law enforcement practices. Most police officers become so accustomed to violating rights that they are taken aback when someone asserts their constitutional protections. This reaction indicates a deep-seated problem within the policing culture, where respect for legal boundaries is often overshadowed by a sense of unchecked authority. When individuals assert their rights, it challenges the culture of impunity and promotes a more just and accountable policing system. The individuals who routinely comply with unlawful orders can reinforce bad behavior among police officers. This compliance may lead officers to believe that they can violate rights, and as a result, cops become more likely to overstep their authority in future interactions, perpetuating a cycle of abuse. If more people were aware of their rights and felt empowered to assert them, it would pressure law enforcement agencies to adhere to legal standards and respect civil liberties. Great job, Dennis, for standing up to this tyranny. Let's continue.
Ma'am, need your ID, please.
This is not a stop and ID state. I'm not giving y'all my ID. I have nothing to do with y'all stopping a driver for no tags.
Well, the thing is here, he is going to write him some citations. It's potentially going to go to court.
That has nothing to do with him going to court. Has nothing to do with me.
If you want to ID you and you're a potential witness that will be called to court.
I'm not going to be called to court over a tag on the car. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I know my rights.
There's no.
I know my rights, sir.
Okay, well,
I know my rights, sir. I don't have to give you my ID.
Well, you need to.
I'm not giving you my ID. I don't have to give you my ID. Why do I have to give you my ID?
Because you're a potential witness on this.
Potential witness on what? I have nothing to do with him being stopped for driving.
You're in the vehicle right now.
I have nothing to do with it.
Would you like
I know
to
my
testify
rights.
for him when
No,
he
I
goes
would
to
not.
court?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. You have a warrant?
Nope.
You must.
I just showed y'all my warning ticket from Champaign.
You didn't show me.
He's seen it. I don't have to show you. He's the one that made the stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let me see the ticket then.
Sure, I'll give you the warning ticket. You can see it. Champaign warning ticket 524, Jennifer Pelham. Plotner 539 is his badge number. My address, Buick LaCrosse 2000, registration VIN number. Warning ticket for no valid registration because I didn't have that valid registration paper right there, but he ran it and it was valid.
Well, can I see it? Because I can't read it from you.
No, you cannot. He's seen it. It was in his physical hands.
You know, why are you being so uncooperative?
I'm not being uncooperative. You're not going to
You're
not going to stomp on my rights, sir.
We're not stomping on your
You
rights.
are stomping on my rights. You had no reason to run my name, and you're not going to. No, you don't.
Because you're potentially involved
I'm
in some criminal
potentially
activity here.
sitting
You
in
could
the
be
passenger seat, not driving. You stopped him for a driving
potentially sitting in
charge,
the passenger seat. Are
sir.
you sitting in the
Sir,
passenger
I'm
seat?
not going to argue with you about it. You're not going to stomp on my rights. I have nothing to do with that.
Well, you do because you're in the vehicle.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
No, it doesn't. And I'm not going to give you my ID.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that, and that's always that.
I just showed you that they just run my name. They gave me a warning ticket.
Okay, well, somebody else could have been driving.
I'm not giving you my. I'm not giving you my ID. I just showed you my ticket, my warning ticket. I'm not giving you my ID.
Okay.
I gave it to him.
That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. I know my rights, and you know my rights. That's why you're not forcing me to give you anything.
Not yet.
You're not going to neither. You won't neither.
No.
You won't neither.
Well, potentially.
No, potentially you won't.
If you want to ID yourself,
I ain't got nothing to do with a traffic stop. I have nothing to do with a traffic stop. No, sir, I do not. I have nothing to do with a traffic stop. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't even know. I don't even know why you're trying to argue with me about it.
Because there's usually a reason why somebody won't identify themselves.
Well, I mean, I know
it's because have you not had anyone like check you on your knowing people's actual rights? You've never had that happen? Do you not watch auditors or anything? Fourth Amendment. They
so you haven't seen that
so
stuff?
you haven't seen that kind of stuff?
We're not trying to be assholes.
I'm not.
I certainly don't watch shows on police work. I do it for over 20 years.
Well, then you need to, sir. You need to watch because
So
you
really
guys
think
have.
The shows are correct. And
All right.
Oh no, I know they are.
All right, let me ask you this: do you think that there's like every single cop in America is perfectly okay and perfectly doing the job?
Dude, we're just like anybody else. There's
Right.
good ones, bad ones.
There's some
and
bad
people make
apples,
mistakes,
right?
And there's nobody's perfect.
You are absolutely right.
So the
You are
auditors,
absolutely right.
So the auditors, there's these guys. They make like YouTube and social media content, and basically they cop watch. You know, like where areas where they're having problems with the cops not acting right, and they just record, and then they learn their laws and their rights, and realize the things that happens with police force. Police force they're used to. Like
Well, you guys are
like you can
asserting-
identify her to like run her thing and see if she's got warrants.
That's all you want to do. That's why
all
you
wanna
want
do,
my
right?
ID. You want to
just
see
wanna
if I
check
have
it.
warrants. You don't want me as a witness for him.
You just want to check it. Right?
You just want to make sure I don't have warrants, and that's
your opinion. That's
no, that's the truth of the matter. That's
I'm done talking.
that's the truth of the matter.
I'll see y'all when y'all bring my paperwork.
You see how he walked away? Because he knows I'm right.
When a police officer walks away in defeat, it suggests that the officer recognized the legal limitations and the potential repercussions of continuing an unlawful demand. Because the act of a police officer demanding identification from a passenger during a traffic stop without legal grounds is a serious infringement on individual rights and a misuse of police authority. This scenario highlights the importance of understanding and asserting one's rights to prevent unjust treatment by law enforcement. Passengers in a vehicle during a traffic stop are not legally required to provide identification unless there is reasonable suspicion that they have committed a crime. Traffic stops typically involve the driver, who may need to present a driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. However, passengers are not subject to the same requirements unless specific circumstances justify such a request. Demanding ID from a passenger without any reasonable suspicion or legal cause is an abuse of power and a violation of the passenger's Fourth Amendment rights. Jennifer's awareness of her rights played a pivotal role in this situation. By knowing that she was not required to provide ID without reasonable suspicion of a crime, she was able to stand firm against the officer's unlawful demand. Her knowledge not only protected her from potential violation, but also highlighted the importance of legal literacy among citizens. When individuals are well informed about their rights, they are better equipped to resist unlawful demands and hold law enforcement accountable. But that's going to do it for this video. Much love to these awesome creators. Again, make sure you use the links in the description to go check out their channels and show them some love. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next episode.